Welcome to lesson 24, singular and plural nouns. In this lesson, we will learn how nouns change when we talk about one thing or more than one thing. We will go through different rules and patterns that help us form plural nouns correctly. So let us get started. So what do singular and plural mean? It is simple. Singular means only one. When we talk about one cat or one bottle, we are using the singular form. Plural means more than one. When we talk about many cats or many bottles, we are using the plural form. Now let us explore the different rules for changing singular nouns into plural nouns. Rule number 1. Most singular nouns form the plural by simply adding the letter s at the end. This is the most common and the easiest rule. For example, bottle becomes bottles. Cup becomes cups. Pencil becomes pencils. Sticker becomes stickers. Window becomes windows. Boat becomes boats. House becomes boats. House becomes houses. And cat becomes cats. So whenever you are unsure, just try adding an s. It works for most nouns. Rule number 2. When a noun ends in the letters s, x, z, ch or sh, we add es to make it plural, instead of just s. This is because these endings already have a hissing or buzzing sound, and adding just an s would make them very hard to pronounce. So for example, bus becomes buses. Wish becomes wishes. Pitch becomes pitches. Box becomes boxes. And watch becomes watches. Notice how the es makes it easier to say the word. Rule number 3. When a noun ends in the letter f or the letters fe, we drop the f or fe and add ves to make it plural. For example, half becomes halves. Knife becomes knives. Leaf becomes leaves. Thief becomes thieves. Wife becomes wives. Shelf becomes shelves. And life becomes lives. So remember, if you see a word ending in f or fe, replace that ending with ves. Rule number 4. Nouns ending in the vowels y or o do not have one fixed rule. They can be a bit tricky. Let us look at some examples. Baby becomes babies. Notice the y change to ies. City becomes cities, the same way. But toy becomes toys, and kidney becomes kidneys. Here we simply added an s. The difference is, if there is a consonant before the y, we change y to ies. If there is a vowel before the y, we just add s. For words ending in o, like potato, the plural is potatoes. But not all o words follow this pattern. These need a bit of memorization. Now let us talk about irregular plurals. These are nouns that do not follow any of the rules we just learned. They completely change their form. Woman becomes women. Man becomes men. Child becomes children. Tooth becomes teeth. Foot becomes feet. Person becomes people. Mouse becomes mice. And louse becomes lice. There is no pattern here. You simply have to memorize these irregular forms. The good news is, there are not too many of them, and with practice, they become easy to remember. Here is an interesting group of nouns. Some nouns have the same form, whether they are singular or plural. They do not change at all. For example, hare stays hare, sheep stays sheep, fish stays fish, deer stays deer, species stays species, aircraft stays aircraft, and series stays series. So how do we know if they are singular or plural? We look at the context of the sentence. For example, 1 sheep is eating. 5 sheep are eating. The word sheep does not change. But the rest of the sentence tells us whether it is one or many. Finally, there are a few special words that are always treated as plural, even though they refer to a single item. These words describe things made of 2 paired parts. For example, scissors, because scissors have 2 blades. Pants and shorts, because they have 2 leg openings. Goggles, because they have 2 lenses. And clothes is also always plural. We always say, the scissors are on the table. We never say, the scissor is on the table. These words are always used with plural verbs. Let us quickly recap what we learned today. First, most nouns simply add s to become plural, like cat becomes cats. Second, nouns ending in s, x, z, ch, or sh add es like box becomes boxes. Third, nouns ending in f or fe change to ves like knife becomes knives. Fourth, nouns ending in y or o can vary, like baby becomes babies. Fifth, some nouns are irregular and must be memorized, like child becomes children. And sixth, some nouns stay the same in both singular and plural forms, like sheep stays sheep. Great job. Practice makes perfect. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you for watching.